Coming up in today's episode, we've got filthy seats, filthy wheel arches, we've also got some ply lining to remove and repaint, and we'll also be taking care of some of the bodywork in the back of the van as well. So today's vehicle is a 2014 VW Caddy van. It's covered about 140,000 miles, and our task is to tidy it up prior to finding a new owner for it. But first things first is we're going to open the door, pull the bonnet catch, and start by giving the engine a good thorough wash off and the rest of the vehicle at the same time. Now we've had considerably worse engines on the channel. This is just a bit dusty really, but there's always room for improvement, so I'm going to use a microfiber here to cover up some of the more delicate electrics around the injectors. Then once that's done, what we'll do is we'll get some all-purpose cleaner, in this case it's Kosh Chemie Green Star. Let that soak for a little while, then we'll agitate it with some brushes, introduce a jet wash and blast away all the grime. And after being asked for many years, I've finally started to put a list of products being used in the description. They're Amazon links, so most people have got an Amazon account, or at least you can see what the products look like and you can shop around to get the best deal for yourself. So the list is nearly complete, but majority of the stuff I use is now listed in the description below. Once the engine bay is thoroughly washed off, we use an airline to get rid of the residue water, and then we're going to use some Car Pro Pearl at 3:1, spray out all over the engine bay, and that'll leave a nice satin sheen when it dries. So next we're going to tackle the wheel arches. Again, all-purpose cleaner in there, and then we're going to use the EZ Go brush, which looks like honestly a toilet brush, and get in there, give it a good scrub and agitate, and then we're going to use the cartridge jet wash with the angle attachment on the end to stick it in there and flush all the mud and debris out of there. So there's no heartwarming backstory about this van, apart from that it's interesting that the guy had owned it for 5 years. He's actually friends with the commercial dealer I do a lot of vans for, and his new vehicle, which was a Volkswagen Transporter 4Motion, was bought to order. So my van dealer sort of scouted around, found one, which is pretty hard to find here in the UK, especially because this one was a crew bus, so it had the extra row of seats in the back. Once he acquired one, obviously this was part exchanged. So the door shuts, it's the same process we were doing the engine bay, all-purpose cleaner, agitate it with a brush, jet wash it off. Now a little top tip, which a lot of people forget to do this when they're doing a door shuts on a van with a sliding door, always make sure you do the back of the sliding door as we're about to see on camera. This area here often gets neglected and gets absolutely caked in mud. So on with some snow foam, and this is Auto Foam by Built Hamber. And then we're going to use the nifty little gadget, which I've come to absolutely love. It's a utility brush by the Rag company. This is fantastic for doing grills and areas like that. It's really nice and big, soft. It's just those hard to reach grills and lights and recesses, it's just brilliant for that. So this van had already had sort of a hand car wash special, as we call it, probably 20 quid's worth, so they rinsed the vehicle off already probably about 100 miles ago, and also given the cab a bit of a vac as well, so a little bit of the work was done for me, which is always nice. But I tend to find they always miss bits like sun visors, plastic surrounds by seat belts, and obviously they won't wet vac the seats either, so those are things we're going to have to do. But as we can still see, there's a lot of mud there which has got to be washed off, which has come out of the wheel arches and the door shuts, so they're still pretty grubby. So about 30 or 40 screws later, and we can start to remove the wood panelling. And some were a little bit more stubborn than others, so it took a little bit of persuasion to come out. We got there in the end. So with all the screws removed, we can now remove the ply lining. And another thing I'm going to have to do is get a scraper and just remove all the silicone sealant that was helping bond it to the floor off as well. Now in previous episodes, I'll put a little link at the top, you can see me actually paint all the floor and sand it. The customer in this option's chosen not to do that. We'll see on camera why. This is pretty flimsy old cheap ply lining, and the base of it's just starting to break up, the top veneer surfaced, so he's actually bought a really nice rubber mat to go on top of that instead. So it's a case of here of just getting rid of the years of dust and things and debris with the vac, a little brush attachment on it, which is super helpful. Then once that's done, what I can do is pop outside. I'm just going to use a DA sander just to key up the surface of these side panels and take any rough lumps and bumps out. Also, as we can see on camera, I'm just going to use a blade to get rid of this silicone sealant on the side. Two reasons: A, it's going to have to be resealed when it's put back in, and secondly, the paint won't adhere to the silicone as well, so it's got to be removed thoroughly, sanded and then painted. So the paint I'm using is Ronseal wood exterior paint. It's water based, so there's no smell or very little odour, and it dries really fast. I know it's middle of summer, but an hour or so it's completely tacked off and gone. You can fit it back in the van pretty much. Sometimes these need 2 coats, but as you can see on camera it covers really well. So with all the panels on the side drying out, we can look at this metal work. So the security grates, the screws were a little bit, how do I put this, cross-threaded, not been installed that well back in the day, so I wasn't going to remove those and muck about. So what I've done is key up the paintwork with some Scotch-Brite pad, and as we can see on camera I'm going over with some panel wipe. This is a solvent degreaser to make sure there's no sort of silicones or oils on there. The customer has supplied me with some nice colour-coded cans, and it's a case of spray a bit on the paper to make sure it's coming out correctly and it's working alright, and then just gently spraying on a tack coat and go from there. Usually on something like this you'll go over it 2 or 3 times to get good coverage. The secret is to go over first of all with a nice light dust coat and then build it up from there. You don't want to try and cover it in one go. That's when you start getting runs and splodges and a bad finish. Now I know some people, because this is a Volkswagen Caddy van, would love to see this put in a spray booth and professionally done, you know, etc., and all the dents filled in and things like that, but we have to remind ourselves that this is a £5,000 van or less. It's done 150,000 miles and it's 13-14 years old. It's just not in the budget. I think in some respects it's a good credit to this particular van dealer. He usually sells stuff which is around about £25,000-30,000 worth, and I can honestly say the preparation he puts into his vehicles is better than some of the car dealers I know. I mean, he's, you know, getting all the paintwork done, all the dents knocked out. Absolutely, these things are immaculate, and it's a credit to himself. So even sort of the older part exchanges like this, he makes a bit of an effort in with as well, and goes that extra mile. I mean, none of the other dealers I deal with would even remotely do any of this or request it being done. It's just, it's a £5,000 van. It is what it is. You get what you get. Whereas this chap does go the extra mile. So with the rear of the vehicle all painted and reassembled, we can start looking at the cab. As mentioned before, it had been to local hand car wash, so I still had to go around and clean the plastics. They always miss little bits, which is fair enough because they're on a budget. They're only getting paid £25-30 whatever, and they never really seem to clean the seats. Or apparently if they do clean the seats, they leave them absolutely soaking wet as a general consensus I get from about 4 or 5 different traders. So we're going to get in there with a Poozy wet vac. Obviously soak the seats beforehand, drill brush to agitate the dirt, and then just get in there and suck all the filth out. Ironically, the passenger seat was the worst in this vehicle. I'm led to believe the guy had a dog, so I presume his little work colleague was sitting on the passenger seat there and just naturally got it a bit dirtier than the driver's seat. Once the interior is all dried off, we can go with some Aerospace 303, always our choice of plastic dressing. Put that on there, use a microfiber to take any residue off. Also we're going to use a little detailing swab to apply it for all the air vents on the top there as well. B&W Titan Silver is the colour code, which is pretty much fits most alloy wheels I've found over the years. If they're slightly more sparkly, for example on a Range Rover, then I would use something like Star Silver from Vauxhall because it's got a higher metallic flake in it. This van got a 2-stage polish because it's metallic black and we want to avoid the swirl marks at all costs. So first of all, H9 compound with a chemical guy's cutting pad. Then after that we've gone over some Rupes Uno Protect sealant and polish in one. Customers also provided me with a proper touch-up stick, and which is again very rare of anybody to do that. So we can go over there, do all the little minor scuffs and bits and bobs on the bumper and door edges. Then we can go with some trim dressing. And finally we can go over the glass, and as we can see on camera it's got some wind deflectors, and the back edge of this window also sits pretty high up in the frame, so we want to make sure we go in about 5 or 6 inches at the top of the glass either side, so that when it goes fully up in the frame at the end it's nice and clean. The only thing is you'll notice on the driver's window when it's fully closed is that over the years the window's gone up and down with some granite. There's a few lines in there which just aren't going to come out, so stretch the glass ever so slightly. So the 2-stage polish and the right touch-up sticks really help the outside of this van. It's not perfect, but it's definitely made it look nice and shiny and presentable. Also the cab's come up really well for its age and mileage. And the rear of the van looks so much better now it's all painted and tidied up. The customer's going to cut this rubber mat to size, so I've left these wheel arch boxes loose at the moment because he'll refit them properly once he's got the rubber mat fitted to where he wants, and he'll re-silicone them in properly. But as we can see, the metalwork now looks so much better painted without all the scratches there as it was before. It's just that little finishing touch to it. If you like content like this, next week we've got a Ford Focus Estate. I'll leave another van linked to the top here for you to watch.